Hi, hello. I just need to do one more nicer sermon. I had teased at the end to pick a number, any number, and we didn't do that. So why don't we go ahead and get that done now? So let's see here. Pick a number 1 through 14, but really pick a number, any number. And if your number is not 1 through 14, then add your numbers together, if that makes sense. So if you pick 77, then it's 14. If you picked 107, then that's 8. Okay? So, oops, wrong deck. All right, it seems like there's some restlessness here. And this is Antique Trono. This is the spread Antique Trono. Okay, so. Ooh, what falls to the floor comes to the door. Okay, so the devil came out with the chariot in reverse, el carro, and la temperanza, the temperance in reverse, la papa, il vagetto, the magician. Okay, so, temperance in reverse means detox. It means, temperance upright means to coagulate, to make something new from two different things. To dissolve means it is reverse. So to uncoagulate, to let something go, to detox, to sweat something out. And it literally means you need to stop doing something, you need to stop giving to something, you need to remove one element of something. So it's not alchemy here, it's transmutation. Interesting. So we're knocking on the door saying, hey, there's something that you need to let go of, and that'll bring you victory and self respect. There's inequality here with 2 6s. And then we have 14 cups here with the gate open. So it seems like we should be calling on our ancestors, is really what I'm getting. The number is number 7. So for anyone who picked number 7, I'm going to pull a 14 here for you. Use your talents. That's what they are intended for. Okay. So I got a whole bunch of fortune cookies the other day. They were given to me. Strangers walk up on the street and they give me things. I'll just put one in here. Okay, so remember, number 7, use your talents. That's what they're intended for. So it's knighting the 4 and the 6. And I'm really hearing strongly this Hierophant. So the Hierophant is the sun in Sagittarius or Pisces in Jupiter in Pisces. So the Hierophant, people don't realize that it's the energy of the Sun and Jupiter, and it is about expanding traditions, growing structures, growing systems that were once working, and bringing them from the tribal unit or the family unit or even the corporate environment to the world, making them generational. And part of that is evolving the mind. And part of evolving the mind is understanding that who we are today, we're going to be a bigger, brighter, better tomorrow. So the only constant in life is change. Sometimes what you're attracting into your life, you're going to eventually repel because you are moving beyond what it was that you were initially attracting into your life. You may really want that job January 1st. By the time November 30th comes around, you may have outgrown that job. You may really want that man. 3 years later, you may outgrow that man. You know, you may start your business as a masseuse. 5 years later, you may not only just do massage, but you may also do Reiki and light healing. sound healing. You may go into the gong show, you know? So part of this in reverse is saying you need to let go, you need to move on, you need to move past fear, past shadow, past the past, and use the past as a stepping stone. Use the past as, me. I've gone through horrible things in my life. And when I start describing things that have happened to me, it might sound like I'm taking an inventory of my wounding. Really, what's happening is sometimes I'll look to the past to remember things that I did, and I'll use it to work on, meaning I'll go there for an inventory. I have an ex-lover. I still think of things all the time, and I could get reminded of him all the time. But when I take that energy and I sit in it, I'm not going towards the past. I'm not reminiscing about the past. I'll never want to look at him again, let alone talk to him or be with him. It's really more of like I still can find things that I did that I can work for in the future. Behaviors that I might be able to change for the future. That makes sense. So this is what this Chariot in reverse is talking about, and it's saying use your talents. That's what they're intended for. Sometimes you don't respect your gifts. Sometimes you don't understand what you want until you experience what you don't want. Sometimes you don't know what to do until you've made a few mistakes. Sometimes you don't know what's valuable until you've almost lost it. And it's going to be a rude awakening. You're going to have to get out of this emotional perspective that you're in. Your answer is going to change when your feelings change, not when the facts change. Feelings are things in the past. Emotions are things in the present. Thoughts are things in the future. That might take you a minute to understand. A feeling is something that's already happened. It's like somebody touches your skin. You feel it after the fact. A sensation always comes from the past. Anticipation is a thought. It's a thought charged with an emotion, energy and motion. The only place where you can affect the current consciousness reality is in your heart chakra. That's when you experience emotions. Emotions and feelings are not the same. Emotions are energy in motion that has been perceived by the ego mind, and now it presents as a sensation from the past. And it's saying that you need to let go of how you used to do things. You need to go of your technique. You need to let go of your technology. And you need to embrace the wisdom of the healing that you've gone through. So you're willing to step into the pain, but not as suffering, as wisdom. That's where your victory is. That's where your respect is going to come from. Your self-respect as well. 3 6s in a situation means there needs to be the need for creativity. Use your talents. That's what they're intended for. You should be able to take what's happened to you and make a bigger, brighter, and better future, my love. Who you were got you here to the table. The table is where this devil is sitting. It's the middle card here. In reverse. Be careful though. If you're with somebody too sexually, let them go. I mean, if she was upright, I'd be like, okay, now that you know, strictly sex, no love. No, let go of everything. If something was toxic for you, let it go. Don't keep holding on to it. You need to release. 3 6s in a situation, the need for creativity. 2 of these are in reverse, so there was inequality here at one time. There might have even been some lies. The answer will change when the facts change, not when your feelings change. And unfortunately, we're at the karmic table here. So this is cycles that are over. Where up until recently, you felt stuck, disempowered. You didn't have autonomy, friendships, and control over your life. You didn't understand the power of your spirit, the pep in your step, the sovereignty of your soul. And now, I'm just going to look at the camera really quick, make sure everything's on the table. And now you're able to release, let go, detox. Yeah, there's going to be harsh messages. You're not going to like everything you're being told, not everything that you're finding out. You're not going to like this journey. It's going to be a journey that doesn't pay off the way that you want it. So the expectations you had at one time, you will need to let those go as well. But what's on the table here is you can gain back your freedom. This is the sovereignty of your spirit. Remember I said the sovereignty of your soul? Let's pull an archetype card. So you don't need to know how to do it. You need to look like you need to know what it looks like when it's done. That's the whole. It might not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. You might not be responsible, but you are going to be held accountable. You don't need to know all the facts. You don't need to know all the details. You need to have the drive. If the why is big enough, the how does not matter. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Superficial, I'm also going to add in perfectionist. Be grounded, but come from a place of love, and that will be. I'm seeing love. I'm seeing a big boat, and it's shaped like a heart. So you need to use your heart as a guide and your mind as a witness. The shadow element here is pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So there's people that need to just research, study. I heard your angelic karma talking about perfectionism. Progress is better than perfection. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more round because this feels unfinished. Okay? Because the gate is open. I want to know why this. Well, it's open for you to find your Brahmanhood. So you should find your spirit. Your soul should come back to you. And it's going to require that we do much hard work, but that means we're going to be standing secure in ourselves. I don't know how the camera's working, so I'm just going to go like this. You should be able to stand secure in yourself. 9 is a isolated number. Whoop. Okay. Ooh, I am the tower. That's my power. Okay. So now the chariot's upright, and so is the magician. Ooh, I love my job. I love my job. Whoop whoop. Okay. I just had to let that out. I love when I'm already feeling it, and then it just gets made known. Oh my gosh. I love being a light worker. Couldn't imagine my life any other way. Okay, so it did feel unfinished, and now I know I have the answers. Okay, so again, number 7. So if you're number 1 or number 7, pick a number 1 through 14, pick a number, any number, and it should, if you have to add it together or whatever until it equals 1 through 14, go ahead and do that. Others love your dramatic side. So if you want to be a coach, if you want to be a light worker, if you want to be an example worth following, a story worth telling, if you want to be the light in a dark place, if you want to stand up to bullies, if you want to love people until they can love themselves, if you don't not love themselves for them, if you want to be a soul retriever, if you want to name the unnamed ancestors, this is a message to you. I'm calling out the 1s and the 7s here. We got 7 twice. It's funny. So that's God, spirit. That's past, present, and future. That's the entire timeline. That's the divine world speaking. Knocking at the door, there's a call to release because we need discernment, period. To see things as they actually are, in reality, actual, factual, not our perceptions, not our misalignments, not our fascinations. And to drive this forward, we're going to need to withdraw what we're giving to the places where we're willing to show up and nothing's happening, nothing's practical, nothing's progressing. We are going to need to leave some institutions, some foundations, some structures. It's really a renewal of vows, but this is a tangible vow. It's not necessarily this would be an oath, a pledge. It's not a cups. It's a Pentacles. So we have on the board here, well, back to back we have 14. So there's some type of gate to walk through. So we need to leave the table when love's no longer being served. And it's not always an emotional commitment. It's not always it's not always love, partnerships. It can be professionality. So I say professionality, not professionalism. Professionality is your professional personality. It's the love that you engage with in the world, not in behind closed doors, not at home, not with your friends and your lovers, but I'm talking about with your business partners, with your colleagues. Get up, my dear child, from the table when love's no longer being served. Do not, my dear child, invest your life, invest your spirit, invest yourself, convincing people to love you. Don't invest yourself in people who are only invested in misunderstanding you. If they can't see who you truly are, they're just going to miss the best of you, my dear. This is their problem, not yours. If someone wants to choose to hate you, it says a lot about them and nothing about you. Nothing. Not a thing, not a thing, not a ting, my child, not a ting. Okay? What you're doing already is you need to go out, you need to get to the bottom of the truth, and not all of it's going to be pleasant, not all of it's going to be pretty. What to do with that is move clearly forward into the future, leaving the past behind you. Accepting the darkness for what it is, accepting the light for what it is, going into your future self, standing center in your own life and making it what you want to make it. Take all the input, take all the data, put all the adjusting and affirming feedback and keep it moving. The gift to give yourself is be fine not being in love with everybody. Some people are going to not be able to stand in your heart. Queen in reverse. Because the way that you're going forward is you have to heal. You have to heal. This is mind and body. I mean, mind and heart. Heart and mind. Because the lesson there is you have wisdom now, but you don't have safety. Those people aren't safe for you anymore. Some people, when you stop loving them, you can never love them the way you used to love them. The gift to give yourself is to not work towards things that aren't practical, not work towards things that aren't in alignment, not work towards things that you can't align yourself with. Even though you're moving forward, remember this was in reverse over here before. And now the towers fell and you have the other 7. This is remember, I am the alpha, I am the omega. This is the omega 7. This is the alpha 7. So what do we have here? Well, my love, you're moving forward. You've detoxed. You've handled that shadow element. And now, no, you have to withdraw your energy and you have to withdraw your involvement. You're not going to shed blood, shed tears for somebody who won't even stick their skin in the game. I was listening to the lyrics of a song the other day and it said, I'm not going to give my soul to someone who won't give their soul to me. So we have here, use your talents. That's what they're for. If somebody wants to hate you for being who you are, it says a lot about them. I say this to my friends all the time. You can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world. Still a mother effer not gonna like peaches. Some mother effers gonna be allergic to peaches. And there are some mother effers whose chief expressed goal is to rid the earth of every peach tree. Go on ahead, girl, and be the ripest, juiciest peach all the same. 30% of the people in the world are not going to like you. 30% of the people in the world are going to love you. And 40% of people are not going to care either way. Go on, do you. To hold on to these people, places, and things that are starving the life out of you would be the devil. Okay? So again, 1 or 7. If you picked a 7, use your talents. That's what they're intended for. And if you picked a 1, others love your dramatic side. So stir it up a little bit. Flip the script. English is very hard at the moment. I'm hearing that Madonna song. Flip the station, change the channel, push the button, don't push the button, flip the station, change the channel. I don't remember what song that is. In Hollywood, it's the Hollywood song. I don't remember the lyrics. I don't know. It's been a long time since I listened to a Madonna album. Push the button, don't push the button, flip the station, change the channel. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So use your, others love your dramatic side. Use your talents. That's what they're intended for. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you today. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything I said resonates deeply with you, you can go ahead and contact me at oracle@priestessgorgeous.org. I'm not really doing that many appointments, so it might take you a couple weeks to get in, but you can always leave a donation and ask a question.